Hola chicos, soy señorita Schaefer y hoy vamos a hablar de negatives en capítulo 1A y está en página 36 if you want to look there for more information. The question that I want you to be thinking about today that I hope you can answer by the end of this lesson is how are sentences converted to the negative in Spanish? Okay, our main idea here is that it's going to be converted to the negative. So if you need a moment to pause to write this down, please do that. And go ahead and put this question at the top of your paper, and we'll answer it as we go. We have a couple of different things that we're going to look at here, 4 points that I want for you to put on your paper about how we make a sentence negative in Spanish. Okay, to make a sentence negative in Spanish, you usually put no in front of the verb or expression. And it's going to be the exact same sentence, but the negative. In English, we would use the word not. So if we want to say, I do like to sing, we would say, me gusta cantar. If we want to say, I do not like to sing, we would say, no me gusta cantar. This is point number 1. Okay? That what you're going to do is put a no in front of the verb or expression. And I want you to underline in front of the verb or expression. That in front is really important. I think that can be easy to forget, but that's going to be important for us here. Okay, next is number 2 on your list. To answer a question negatively in Spanish, okay, so this is to answer a question. Negatively in Spanish, you often use no twice. This is something that we wouldn't usually do in English because we don't do the double negative, but in Spanish they do because they want to be really clear with you about what they're saying. So the first no answers the question. The second no says, I do not, or I don't. So it'd be like saying, no, I do not like this. Okay? So if we ask, ¿te gusta escribir cuentos? Do you like to write stories? Okay, we're going to need to say no twice. In English, it's no, I do not. In Spanish, it's no, no me gusta. Number 3. In Spanish, you might use one or more negatives after answering no. So this comes back to where we don't really do the double negatives, they do. So if we said, ¿te gusta cantar? Do you like to sing? You're going to answer no. No me gusta nada. No, I do not like it at all. Last one, number 4. If you want to say that you do not like either of 2 choices, use ni, ... ni. So here we have our no. Remember, you always need the no before. Let's put a star there. You always need the no before the verb or expression. No matter what else you add, you'll notice that hasn't changed throughout this whole thing. Even when we add other things, we still have no me gusta, no me gusta, no me gusta, no me gusta. That's going to stay there no matter what. Okay? But in this case, we want to say that we don't like 2 things. So I don't like either swimming or drawing. In Spanish, we would say no me gusta ni nadar ni dibujar. Students often forget this first one here, this first ni. Make sure that you don't forget that. How I like to remember it is on your legs, you have 2 knees. So you need 2 knees in the sentence. Like we said in English, another way that we could translate this is I like neither swimming nor drawing. So the question that we were hoping to answer today is how are sentences converted to the negative in Spanish? And you should have 4 things down on your notes right now. 1, that we usually put the word no in front of the verb or expression. The second thing that we need to remember is that to answer a question negatively, specifically, we use no 2 times. Once to answer the question and once to say not. The third thing that we need to remember is that we might use more negatives. You can add more negatives after no. For example, nada. You do not have to have the same wording as me at all. In fact, I would like if you would develop your answers a little bit more. This is just to help you remember. Then the fourth one is that when we want to say that we don't like either of two choices, or more than two, we use ni and ni before those two things that we're talking about. Thank you for watching today. If you have any questions, feel free to write them down. You can shoot me an email or ask me in class. But hopefully this helped you to better understand this concept.